Hey, yeah, how you doing? Take your shoes off.
I'm sorry?
Take your shoes off. You're on holy ground. The hell is wrong with you? You know when you're looking at a God? I don't want to get athlete's foot. Okay, yeah. Okay, okay. Whatever you say. Okay, okay, yeah. Okay. Matter of fact, why are you standing? You should be kneeling right now. Okay. You're looking at a God right now. You should be kneeling. Kneel, fat nigga. Matter of fact, I don't want you to kneel. I want you to do. I want your fat ass to do some squats. Squat. I don't feel like. Okay, yeah. Whatever you say. Okay. Is that good enough? Is that good enough? Ooh. Yeah, you make me work for this interview. You get that blood flow working so that way you can ask me good questions. If you ask me stupid questions, I might just slap the shit out of you. I might make you run so much you're gonna lose more weight than going on a South Beach diet. All right, good. That's enough. That's enough. I don't want to hear your breathing. Your breathing irritates me. Ugh. Okay. Don't make God strike you with my wrath. All right. Now listen. I need you to bow to me right now. I need you to bow to a supreme being right now. I don't want to look at you. I don't want to look at broke niggas. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. You can stand up now. And you're not sitting down either. What the hell makes you think when God's talking to you, do you sit down when God's talking or you stand up and look God in his eyes? Look me in my eyes. Yeah, so yeah, I want you to tell me about the Jim Jones incident. I've seen the tweets and I was wondering about that. Another thing about Jim Jones is like it's crazy. This man told me he doesn't know how to make a PDF. I'm like, excuse me, what was you doing in class when they was doing the Word documents, Microsoft Excel? Was you just sleeping through the whole thing? Was you just like, saying you heard to the ladies every time you was hit, like, every time you was talking to them in the classroom? Like, what the fuck were you doing in school, my nigga? You understand what I'm saying? So that shit was like disrespectful to me. I mean, that's like a motherfucker coming up to me and saying he don't know his multiplication tables. Like, bitch, what's 2 times 2? 21? I have 21 reasons why I should smack the shit out you because you sitting up here disrespecting a fucking God. You understand what I'm saying? You know. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, so what's your relationship with Drake? Because sometimes I feel like you hate him, then you like the guy. So I'm just kind of like, I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit confused. So, if you want to probably shed some light on that. Yeah, I mean Drake is, like with the melodies. I don't really like when he act tough, but that I don't want to talk about him because it's kind of like it's like a Fed member that you don't really like. It's like you tolerate him. It's like that one cousin that like every time like you pass by each other, like he'll say some slick shit under his breath, and it's like you got to be careful because your parents are watching. So if you end up talking right when your parents is right there, you might get your ass whooped. And I never wanted that to happen. So that's kind of what Drake reminds me of. And it's kind of funny how they want to get Drake out of here. I've been saying they should have got him out of here for a long time, but it's just so kind of coincidental how now is the time. I thought Lucian Grange was the homie. Turns out he's not. He's up there high-fiving Drake. Now listen, I understand that Dre and Drake is kind of similar, but last time I checked, it's Drake, all right, and it's Dre, all right. It's 3 letters versus 5. So I don't know where the confusion went, to be honest with you. So that to me was confusing. I'm like, do you know the difference between the founder of NWA versus Drizzy Drake, the boy, the 6th guy. There's a difference. So I was just a little bit confused by that, but by that whole encounter, that whole situation. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Okay. So what's the situation like? You about to get the right hand to God, and I might come back with a left hand too if you don't fall. So when a guy slaps you across your face, you're supposed to fall to your knees and say, I'm so sorry, I repent. You know, and you got to say it in a way that I like. Otherwise, I'm going to rebuke you. I'm going to slap the shit out you with my left hand. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And another thing, too, I don't know why the fuck you came to me out of shape. You should have came to me in shape. You should be looking like the Rock in front of you. Not, you look like a fucking Rock. You just don't move. I'm surprised you walked here. I know you. I know you had a ride over here. I know for a fact they did what they did with Martin and Reba. I know they drove your little fat ass to the front door and you barely had to walk in for sure. Matter of fact, I want you to do some jumping jacks right now. Let's go. Yeah, come on. I want to do this interview. Okay, yeah, okay. 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be like a military boot camp today. You're not pleasing in God's eyes, so I'm gonna have to punish you for it. You've been a sinful individual. You're gonna pay. Can I stop you? Can I stop? Okay. Yeah. So, what situation about with your wife Kim? You know, I know you've been tweeting here and there. So like, what's the situation with that? I don't know why you're asking about my wife. Like my wife is divorced. And matter of fact, like I made a new rule saying that if people didn't say nothing about me, being with my kids, they can't speak about my wife or anything about me. Like anytime you're in an interview and they ask and they say Ye or they say Kanye or that young kid from the Chi, like y'all should be like, next question. You know what I mean? Just act like you're in an interrogation room. It's no snitching, right? It's no snitching. So no snitching. Shut y'all fucking mouths. You know what I'm saying? You don't speak God's name unless it's praise. You're supposed to be praising me. If it ain't praise, keep your fucking mouth shut before the wrath of God comes straight to your door and I wipe out your whole fucking lineage. Okay. So, what's the situation like? Listen, at the end of the day, I said what I said and I stand on it. Who's making more money off my catalog, me or Jay-Z? There you go. End the discussion. End the discussion. When God says stop, you stop. Or I'll stop your fucking heart rate. You know what I mean? Oh. Oh. Absolutely. Go ahead. Hello? I'm in an interview right now. Why are you calling me? Talk to somebody else. All right. I don't know why they interrupted a God. I'm going to put my wrath on their ass too. For sure. As soon as I get finished with this interview and I go downstairs, I'm going to put the wrath of God on their ass too. For sure. 100%.